Hi, my name is Jamie, and I'm a twin flame. Oh my gosh! So let me just pick a book. So it's a journey, right? It's a fucking crazy journey, and I've written books and books and books trying to understand what it is about. Okay, let me introduce myself. My name is Jamie. I'm from South Africa. I live and work in Vietnam. I'm a teacher. I'm also a qualified psychologist. I'm also a qualified hypnotherapist. I'm also a qualified journalist. I don't want to brag, but I mean, I like to study. I like to learn, and this plays a part in my journey. Obviously, it is all integrated to become this here now in this moment. Had a twin flame awakening. My awakening has been my whole life, but had a twin flame awakening just over a year ago. Initially, I had no idea what was going on. Literally, physical body things happening. It was crazy. I share my story and my everything in my journals. This is about half of them, because it's such an crazy that's how crazy it is. In crazy journey, you write, you like, it inspires you to do some kind of art or something. Anyway, I was just watching Aaron Doughty's video, another one of my big I was gonna say one of my big fans, but I'm a big fan of him. His story, his honesty, his authenticity, and I was introduced to him, I don't know how, but a few years ago, actually, been following him. And he was talking about authenticity and the importance of authenticity, and how opening yourself up in an authentic way is like the most beautiful, profound thing that you can do. And he actually said, I mean, you don't have to go and tell someone all your darkest secrets, but when you're put into a situation, be honest about how you're feeling, about what you're doing, about what your needs are, Excuse my camera, it's balancing on two puzzle boxes on my bed. This is my little sanctuary. This is my little safe space. My actual apartment is my safe space, but I want to sit here right now. And he was talking about how beautiful authenticity is, and it just made me think how this journey has forced me to be completely authentic. I couldn't hide any parts of myself away, and I was completely, well, in the beginning I was too scared, to be honest, about what I was experiencing, and I did hide it all away, and eventually give me a moment. I'm just seeing my vagina awakening thing. You can't see it, but it says truth in the middle. Truth, healer, love, laughter, intention, fuck what they think. The power of the universe is inside of me. You are free, you are safe. Belief, thoughts, reality. Thinking I'm crazy because my truth does not fit in with society's beliefs. No more playing small. I release all the thoughts and energy or anything that doesn't serve my highest frequency and my highest good. I just saw this now. Like it's been there for on my shelf there, but I haven't actually looked at it until now. I mean, again, since I did it. So that's cool. I love synchronicities. But yeah, so there came a moment. Well, when I was with him, I couldn't hide anything, right? And that came out of me in, I think it was the same for him. Like when we first met, we were like telling each other our life stories, and maybe that's just who he is. Sometimes I think maybe he's just like a gold magic finger person, and he just runs around touching people and shocking their souls. I don't know. Like, I'm grateful for the experience. Now that I've reached this point, I mean, I've always been grateful for the experience, but it's taken me a while to get to where I am now. But my point is, I was honest with him. I literally stood naked in front of him. Well, I did, but I mean, like, my books, I gave him my life story, as it integrated with the experiences that I was having through that year. So basically, I started writing him a letter, and it was like, hey, what's up? So, like, I'm having these crazy experiences, I'm having these crazy feelings, like, I don't know what's going on, but somehow it's linked to you, our souls are somehow connected. I had no idea about any of this twin flame stuff before, but I was like saying all that stuff, and then I wouldn't send the letter, and then my days would be like, what is this feeling? What's going on? Like, what is happening in my body? Like, you must check out my podcast. I'm busy just reading through my journal, and that goes through like the physical experiences, and that's what I was journaling about, and how was I feeling this way about someone that I barely knew, and also like then the sort of awakening side of like, oh my gosh, I've been hiding behind these masks, who am I, like discovering myself, and like having these ego deaths, and like lying on the floor crying, and like feeling his energy so intensely. I thought he was there, like, I mean, and he is. And then this whole twin flame thing is just a reflection of the whole earth and our connection with all humans, because we're connected to everyone and everything. Like, it's not just you and your twin flame up there like watching over. It's one big connection, but it takes the recognition of that twin connection for me to realize what a soul was, and to see my connection with the whole world. So yeah, just feeling these things that like these intense energies, and feeling like he was there, and like my heart palpitations, oh my gosh. I genuinely thought I went to hospital a few times, like to check up on like what is going on with me, because I had no idea what a kundalini awakening was. I didn't know. Maybe I'd heard of it like somewhere along the line, but I didn't know what that was. I didn't know what a spiritual awakening was. Like, I was like, you're gonna learn more about spirituality? I was like, cool. Like, I like Deepak Chopra. Like, we're buds. Like, I can get down with some spirituality. But it was like, what is going on with me? Like, oh fuck, it's crazy. So I shared my story with him, and I told him, like, so Aaron, is it Aaron or Aaron? I don't know, because in South Africa they say Aaron, but I think it's Aaron Doughty. Yeah, he was talking about the authenticity, right? And I was like, I was so authentic, like, and I am now. Like, he was saying, like, just you be true, you know. And some people are not gonna like it. Like, I have these moments where I go like 6 videos or 6 posts on Instagram in a day, and then that will be when I'm having like this intense energy, and I'm like releasing, and I'm speaking truth, and therein I will lose, like, today I lost like 10 followers. Like, not that I'm like taking, I mean, I am, I see the number, right? I see the number. And I was like, that's interesting. Like, I'm speaking my truth. Okay, I also showed my butt, but I'm speaking my truth and I lose these followers. And there is this part of your ego that's like, oh, they don't like me. They don't like me. I want to be liked. I want to be accepted. And he was like, you're going to lose people, right? Of course, you're going to lose people because not everyone can see the light. And that's good. That is good. That is fine, because those people are probably going to drain your energy anyway, right? Like, and when you are in your authenticity, you attract like beautiful energies into your life. And that I know for certain. And no, okay, so yeah, I was just thinking about how crazy it was that I shared with him this whole story from the beginning. It's like, I know that it started even before we actually met. Oh, I love it. As I say that, it's 11:11. Like, as I look up, like, I'm not looking at the time. Anyway. So I don't know what I'm saying. I shared with him my my whole truth, and I know it started before. We have many similarities. Not many. Like, there's a few like weird coincidences. I'll talk more about that like in my podcast or in other episodes or whatever, I don't know, but uncanny, like indescribable sort of similarities. But yeah, so I know it started before, but like I started telling him my story, like I'm writing him a letter, I'm telling him what has been happening since we've met and all my experiences, and I just lay it all on the table. And that was very scary for me. When I did it, I was like, this is the scariest thing I'd ever done. He had not spoken to me for a couple months already. But I was like, it's eating me up inside because I'm craving this validation from him, I guess. Like my story is not true unless he says it's true. So I was like, sent it all to him, thinking there might be something, but I don't even know if he listened to it. Like, I made it in a podcast for him, because it's easier like that to like just listen to it. And I don't even know if he listened to it or not, but I spoke my truth, and that's all I can do, and I can't hide it. I can't hide how I feel, and I know that I don't need his validation for it to be my truth, right? For my self and my authenticity to deny that I've experienced what I've experienced and I've felt what I've felt. What's the point of that? What's the point of lying about what you've experienced and who you are? And it's scary because people are going to be like, okay, she's fucking crazy, because there's so many layers to this journey. It's a never-ending journey, right? Life. And then once you awaken, that's also, there's not like I'm going to reach the end and get my medal and be like, cool, well, lacquer. No, it's a continuous journey unfolding, and it's beautiful, and it really is the most phenomenal thing. And even though I'm not with individual the storm, I wouldn't have changed any of it, because I felt this love that I didn't know existed, right? Like, come on, like, it's the most beautiful love. And like, I still, like, many people have experienced the twin flame awakening and then met someone else who like this situation was just getting them ready to be in the next situation. So I'm like vibing like that's probably like maybe that's happening, because like I'm not gonna lie, it would be nice to be in like this incredible open trusting relationship with somebody, but I'm still getting there, and I get there when I get there, right? Like, and if not, I really am happy. I have moments where I'm like, I feel a bit sad, or it's not actually, it's tumultuous. It's like very low and very high. But since like my ego's dying last year, I haven't experienced such deep sadness, or if I do, I'm able to move out of it, like sit, feel, let it out, and then go on. So let's open one of these books and read a little piece about my twin flame journey. What's this? I'm gonna read something that I wrote to him. Okay. They started walking together along the banks of a river, balancing onto rocks over the water. They had to shimmy down a rather large rock, so she sat on her bottom with her hands on her side, slowly sliding down the rock. He was just in front of her. She stopped for a moment as she was moving down the rock. She looked at the river flowing alongside her. It wasn't flowing very fast, moving gently but full enough. It was crystal clear. You could see it to the bottom. Shades of what seemed like fluorescent greens and blues. As the sunlight was glistening right through it, you could see the light-colored sand at the bottom. It was hard to tell just how deep the water was. There was shining through branches, the sun, somewhere. There's an arrow shining through branches hanging off the side of the trees, hanging from the bank of the river. So hanging, going along the river. There were mountains all around, overflowing with tropical evergreen nature. The sun was warm on her skin. She breathed it all in and looked over at him on the rock that he was about to slide onto. The sun was glistening off his skin. She wanted nothing more than to touch him. Time froze for a moment when she realized that was a dream. This was the place that she went to, that place between consciousness and unconsciousness. This is the place I go to when I can't sleep at night. The place I go to in my dreams, she said. Delighted by the thought of being part of her dream, he smiled at her. Neither of them realized what that really meant. She had no idea that she was in fact entering a dream, and she was about to embark on the most crazy adventure of her life. So that was the day, or 2 days after we met. We went for a hike through next to the river, through the jungle, and that's what happened. I had this moment where I was like, there's a place I go, and I've always gone before. If I feel stressed or anxious or whatever, it's my little safety zone in the forest, next to a river. And I was there in real life, and I was like, this is the place I go to in my dream. And he was like, oh wow, or whatever, I don't know. We had an incredible time. But yeah, who knew? Who the fuck knew that we would be where we are now? Not a soul. And a bit of Buddha wisdom. This is the Shakti Power by Laura Shanti. So yeah, that's how my sort of writing goes. Sorry, I've got a bit of a cold. I'm in Vietnam, a little bit polluted, changing seasons at the moment. And I'm a teacher, so I play with the little kitties, and you know, yeah. So that's sort of what my story. That's just some of it's fantasy, not fantasy like as in. No, some of it is fantasy. Some of it's like dream experiences that I've had, like going into different dimensions, learning what a soul is, learning who I am, learning what love is, having an awakening and learning about unconditional love. And a love story, because that's what I thought it would be. Because when I first felt this love, I thought, well, obviously we're meant to be together. Like, I've never felt like this before about someone. Like, obviously we're meant to be together, but we live and we learn and we love. And we have the Lalita Tripurasundari, the playful red goddess. Life will be an adventure if you let it unfold from within. So I will read from the guidebook. I guess I should make my videos not horizontal, right? Vertical. I should use the camera that way. But I'll sort that out. Let me read this card. It's my first time. But also, like, I can't be fake. I'm not gonna pretend to be like something else and like sit uncomfortably or like do something. I just wanna be. I just wanna be me and like be free. And if you wanna see, you wanna see, and if you wanna talk, you wanna talk, and if you don't, then you don't. Like, we all just wanna share our stories, and we just want someone to listen to our story. And now we're at a time where we can. So why not? Lalita's name means the playful goddess of the three celestial cities. This Indian goddess, in her delight, creates all of manifestation. She is the supreme being that pervades all that is, the creation, the maintenance, and the dissolution of matter and energy. She is the power behind the cosmic tide of the universe. She is the central goddess of the Shakti tradition called Sri Yanta and Sri Vidya practice, and her mandala also appears in this deck. She sits at the center of the mandala, so tiny and ethereal that she can't be seen. Only the energy that radiates from her becomes form that our eyes can focus on. Her practice is considered to be the highest, most sophisticated Hindu spiritual practice and path to enlightenment. Only those that she lets sit on her mandala can practice her sadhana. One of her practices involves chanting her 300 names. Every term of endearment and joy at the beauty of life and the qualities most prized within it are contained in her names. She who shines with the radiance of gold. She whose brilliance puts the japa flower to shame. She is the cooling rays of the moon, the illuminating rays of the sun. She is the swan upon the pond of Hrim. Lalita is the personification of happiness, and she is intense and strong. It would take a galactic force of destruction to rock her from her state. She is the true feminine, not the wilting lily concept of femininity. Doing her sadhana, joy flows out from her above and around us, opening doors to other realms, to boardrooms, to classrooms and dream homes and the heart. From behind these doors can be heard the happy laughter of 100,000 children in the celestial cities of delight. Beautiful. That is beautiful. You are beautiful. You are beautiful. You are all encompassing, powerful, incredible, amazing, wonderful. Like, you are. You are. I know you are. I don't know you, but I know that you are. And as I said that, it was 444. Okay, much love.